Good afternoon. This is Alvin Bailey, and welcome to another of my Money Chats. This afternoon, I'm sitting with my friend Dee Cawthon, and we're having a great conversation about mutual funds and their role in investing. Specifically, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between no-load and load mutual funds and how they might fit into your portfolio. So, Dee, what do you have in mind?
Well, Alvin, I've been listening to quite a bit of rhetoric, how, hire an advisor and paying the upfront commission, which sometimes is 5.25%. That's a lot of money, versus funds like Vanguard who have no upfront commissions, and yet their management fees are really low. So I'm confused. Do I avoid one and go with the Vanguard, or is there really any worth to someone paying 5.25% for an advisor?
Well, Dee, I'm glad you asked that question because I think first off, before you get into investing in mutual funds, I know you and I have had this conversation before, but I feel like I wouldn't be doing everybody a favor if I didn't say you shouldn't be investing until you have a little bit of money put off to the side in an emergency fund, because the water heater is going to go out and all that good stuff. So you need to be able to put money into the market for more than 5 years before you even think about investing. So put that out there just to make sure people hear that. But going to your specific question about whether I need to work with an advisor or not, I like no-load funds if you are the kind of person who can sort of create a plan and follow a plan. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, they all have no-load funds that have very low fees, but there are also 5,000 mutual funds out there. And if you're the kind of person who needs somebody to help you navigate that, sometimes paying the fee to get the good navigation is very, very valuable. The other thing about working with a load fund is sometimes you pay the high upfront fee, but the ongoing fees can be very low. And that may be sort of hard to do the math on sometimes, but that could be a part of it as well. And finally, I think part of the challenge is again, if you're the kind of person who needs someone to help you create and execute a plan, you need an advisor. And sometimes the cheapest way to an advisor is through, I'm going to buy a load fund from them. And so paying somebody 5% to keep you from selling out of the market when you shouldn't, or encouraging you to buy when things look pretty bad, that could be a fairly cheap fee to keep you in the market. A lot of research has been done that most people don't get the returns on the mutual funds that are advertised because they buy and sell at the wrong times. And so a good advisor is going to be worth his price. Now, my own prejudice is that most people can do it without an advisor, or they can pay someone like me to coach them through that process and can't help them stay in the market. But sometimes people just need someone they can go talk to, and that advisor is probably worth it to them.
I remember one of your discussions talking about confirmation, and it struck me that if let's say that you have money, you hired an advisor, you paid the 5.25% upfront fee, things are rocking along, but well into it, the market has a 50% decline. And you call the broker, and they're saying, no, stay in it, don't sell. But what's ironic, that's not the confirmation you're looking for.
Correct.
You just lost half of your money on paper. And then you seek out somebody else, and they said, you're right, sell. It's half down, it'll probably go to zero. And then you sell, and now then you're mad because you're in that fund that some broker got you into. So what's your thought process on not losing money when the market declines?
Wow, that's a tough one. You and we've talked about behavioral investing and some of the ways our wonderful human brain works, but loss avoidance is huge. But going back to working with an advisor, you need to have confidence and trust in that advisor. I know you gave me a book called The Trusted Advisor, and you would hope that over several years you have developed some confidence in the plan that y'all developed and the relationship you have, and you have some confidence in if he's telling you or she's telling you, hey, this is a lousy time to sell, you need to really ride this out, or whatever. You're going to be trusting that person to kind of lead you continue to follow the plan you've developed. You mentioned the 50% decline back in, was it 2008, when we had the market crash. It was down 30-something% at that point in time. I had a friend, he and his wife were very fretful. They'd lost at that point in time probably close to a third of their money. Their family was about to go through a wedding, all that good stuff going on. So they were panicked. And I reminded them, well, the situation is, we've developed this plan, and you're not going to need this money for 5 years. So you've got plenty of time to recover that money, because we had been working together for some period of time. They had a lot of confidence in my recommendation. I also pointed out that it's a bad idea to make a very emotional decision at a time when you're already going through a lot of emotional turmoil. Weddings, funerals, divorces, anything. Don't make emotional money decisions during those situations. And you know what? They didn't sell, and 2 years later, they were back ahead. Sometimes, like I said, loss avoidance is hard, and confirmation bias is strong. And especially if that guy didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, I'm going to go find somebody who will. You hope you've built up enough of a relationship with somebody that they can guide you through that. Now, the other thing that you can do is, again, if you're pretty strong-willed and you're good at developing your own plans, then by all means get a low-fee mutual fund and let it ride, because over time you can control the fees. You can't control what the market's going to do. The market's going to go up. The market's going to go down. I can't control that, but I control how much I pay on fees. And if I hold down the cost of my fees, that's more money that I have to invest. And that's really the name of the game. At the end of this is you're going to want to have a huge pile of money that's generating a lot of income for you, so that you can live the life you want to. And how you get there are a lot of roads to that happy place. But sometimes people want and need